Aloha, my name is Stacey Breshears and I'm the registered dietitian with the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii. And today I'm here to talk to you about nutrition for chronic kidney disease. Chronic kidney disease is a condition where the kidneys have been damaged and so the function is reduced. That means it can't do its normal job of filtering and cleaning the blood. This is a progressive disease, meaning that over time, the reduced function continues to go down over time. This can be really life-altering and really hard for people. We stage kidney function in 5 stages, 1 through 5. 5 being kidney failure, meaning that the kidneys aren't filtering at all really, and so someone's options are either transplant or dialysis. The good news is that chronic kidney disease, or CKD, is preventable. So people who are at risk can prevent this. And for people who are diagnosed, they can slow the progression of the kidney damage and the reduced function. So today I'm going to talk to you about how we can use food, how we can eat to better slow down the progression if someone's already diagnosed, or to prevent chronic kidney disease from happening. So there are many things that might impact our kidneys, and protein is one of them. Eating too much protein for your body can actually cause more damage to your kidneys. So we eat protein from a lot of different types of foods. We get it mostly from different kind of meats, right? We can get it from dairy, we can get it from nuts, from seeds, from soy products like tofu and edamame. And so we get it from a lot of sources. But the thing is, we can get too much, and then that causes a strain on the kidneys. So the average American male actually only needs 8 ounces of protein, okay? 8 ounces of protein for the whole day, okay? So you can see from the photos that 2 eggs, 8 medium shrimp, and then just a deck of card size of chicken or fish or meat, that already is equivalent to 8 ounces. So, that's probably the amount that someone might eat in just one meal, let alone a whole day. So there's a lot of us, including us women, who, we actually need less than males, who overeat on the amount of protein per day. So instead of the 8 ounces recommended for an average American male, someone might be eating close to, 10 to 15 ounces in an entire day. For the average American male, if they're eating 13 ounces or more in a day, that might start showing damage to the kidneys. So this kind of puts into perspective. If we are eating more than our body needs, then it can be really helpful to cut back so that it helps our kidneys. So the amount of protein that each person needs really depends on the individual. It has to do with your sex, your age, your activity level, your height, your weight, and other health conditions that you might have. So it's really best to talk with a registered dietitian to get an individualized assessment and recommendation. So it's recommended to speak with a registered dietitian to get an individualized assessment and recommendation. But in general, you can think about a normal serving size of protein to be about the size of a deck of cards for any type of meat, poultry, or fish. And then if you're using something like beans as a source of protein, then that would be about a half cup of cooked beans or lentils or tofu. So that's a good start when thinking about the amounts of proteins to have in your meal. So besides the amount of protein, you should also be thinking about the different kinds of proteins that we eat. So we get the nutrient protein from a lot of different sources, and we're not eating it alone. They come packaged with a bunch of other things, other nutrients, other types of components. And so the different types of components have an impact on how healthy that is or how it impacts your body. So if you're having something that's high in protein, usually we call that a protein food because it's high in protein, but if you're having something that's high in protein, but it also comes with added sodium, added fats, or not the right types of fats for your heart, then that can actually be detrimental to your health, not very helpful. And on the other hand, you can choose proteins that come packaged with all these other beneficial nutrients, good vitamins, vitamins and minerals that the body needs. And then that's actually going to be health promoting. So overall, you want to try to choose protein packages that are going to be really heart healthy and really good for the kidneys. If it's something that's going to affect the heart, increase your blood pressure, that also increases the risk of damage to your kidneys, therefore increasing your risk of chronic kidney disease or progression of your chronic kidney disease. So processed protein packages usually have more added sodium and added fats that aren't as helpful to the body. These are the types of foods we want to limit or avoid if we can. So unfortunately, that's going to be, our Spam, Portuguese sausage, Vienna sausage, bacon, bologna, but even our veggie meats like, the Impossible Burger and those types of things. They have added sodium, added fats, and they might not have as much health promoting, constituents in them. So on the opposite side, we want to try to pick protein packages that are not as processed. So for the animal sources, that's going to be our beef and chicken, turkey, and our fish, our eggs, and our cheese, yogurts, and milk. And then we have our plant sources of those unprocessed protein sources that are going to include tofu, edamame, beans, lentils, things like kidney beans, chickpeas, nuts like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, nuts, peanut butter, and seeds like chia seeds, flax seeds, sunflower seeds. So we want to go again towards things that are not as processed. They're not going to have these added sodium and added fats in them that make them not as healthy for us. And then on top of that, we can think about what is the type of fats that something might have packaged with the protein. If you're choosing leaner meats or lower fat meats like chicken or turkey or fish, those tend to be more heart healthy. There are a lot of things that go into the health of your kidneys. The kidneys are really, really complex organ. So it usually needs a lot of complex care. I've presented to you just one way that you can take care of your kidneys by thinking about your protein choices and your protein packages. So think about eating smaller portions of protein. For your meal, try to aim towards that deck of cards size or that half cup serving of beans or lentils. You can also think about choosing leaner or lower fat proteins. Make sure that it's healthy for your heart. It's going to promote good blood pressure, so it's not going to damage your kidneys as much. And then you can also think about consuming less animal sources of protein packages and try to eat more plant sources. Things like tofu, edamame, walnuts, lentils, kidney beans, garbanzo beans, pistachio nuts, almonds, peanut butter. So this is just, again, one of many different things that you can do to help take care of your kidneys. Besides protein, other nutrients of concern for chronic kidney disease include potassium, sodium, phosphorus, calcium, and fluid. It's really best if you can talk with a registered dietitian to talk about all of these different nutrients and get your individualized recommendations based on what's going on for you. If you're interested, we do at the National Kidney Foundation of Hawaii have a health clinic, and you can meet with a registered dietitian to talk about these things. If you're interested, please let us know. We'd be happy to meet with you. Or if it's not with us, please reach out to a registered dietitian that you know. Thank you so much for tuning in today, listening to my talk. I really hope that it was helpful for you and that you took something away from it. Mahalo nui loa.